welcome to my garage, and today we're going to be working on this snowmobile, which happens to be a Yamaha RS GT Venture snowmobile. We're going to be changing out the battery, and we're going to show you how to take apart all the bolts, nuts, and all the fittings that got to come off on this beautiful and badass machine. And today we're also going to be installing the Yamaha Hot Pocket, as they call it. And it's got a little bit of fur in line. So, and these are going to go right here, right behind the plastic handguards. So let's start with all the tools that you're going to need for this project. Alright, so to remove this front plastic cowl part that I always like to call it, you're going to have to remove this stainless screw. And it's just about a quarter turn usually, and it pops out. There's another one on the other side. So let me go ahead and take care of that, and then we'll go from there. And it should just pop right out. Be loose. Let's go to the other side. Do the same thing. Now, in order to get this plastic bit up, you're going to have to move your windshield a little bit so that it can come free. You're just going to want to kind of tuck it underneath. And it should pop right over. Let's go back and do the other side. And what I'm talking about is pretty much right here, right next to this part. You're just going to want to kind of pull it up. Just kind of move it ever so lightly. So it pops right off. Then you're just going to want to kind of slowly lift up both sides. Alright, so let's get these plastic parts off. You're just going to unscrew these little plastic or stainless steel things. They'll go to a time lapse of me doing this. Alright, so the next part in which you're going to have to work on is going to be right here. You're going to need one of the Allen keys. And it's the bigger one, I believe, if I remember correctly. It should be the 3/16 size. You're going to have to pull up this little plastic rubber housing up here to here, and then we're going to have to go to the 10mm socket underneath here. I'll show you the photos. And then this whole part will come off, and then there's going to be also two wire harnesses that we've got to disconnect so that this whole unit just pops right off, and then we're going to put it away. And on to our next step. So, let's go. You're probably going to hear it pop.
And they should just come right loose once they get popped.
It's always good to have a little magnetic dish for all of your bolts. Go to the other side. Here's a little magnetic dish. Okay, so let's get grooving the 10mm bolt that is right approximately here, just to the left of those wire harnesses that I mentioned earlier. So let's pop those off.
And the wires.
Alright, now that you've removed the wire harnesses and the both bolts and all 4 of the Allen keys, this pops up. You're going to have to wiggle it a little bit to get it up. You're going to hear stuff clipping and bopping. You got to undo these little plastic tabs here and here. Next, we just got to remove these 4 clips. So I'm going to take my screwdriver, just to give myself a little more leverage, and make it a little easier on my hands. And then this comes right off. And it's just that little tab. Pops right off. Put that there. This task, you're going to want to use your smaller Allen key, and you're just going to try to find a hole it goes into. And you might need the other key before you get loose. So this is where this one's going to come in. now that you've got your Allen keys loose and this pops right off, you're going to have to remove this electrical wire, or this cable over here. And there's one underneath it on the other side that you're going to have to remove. Or underneath, I'm sorry. So with that, let's get this one off. That pops right off. One right here that connects here, you're just going to have to clamp it and then just move it out of the way. Then remove the hose. Okay. And then underneath, there's another hose you just got to wiggle off. And it'll pop right off. And then the one underneath. Oop, looks like we lost one of our clamps. Oh. Well, there'd be a busted clamp that looks like that was factory. Alright. Well, that's another problem to fix. So, alright, so now take a look at the battery housing. And here we have to remove the battery housing, or what I call the battery housing. Little strap right here. Stick your finger underneath. And it pops right off. Lift this up. Once you have the little black casing off, remove and install your new battery. Now that your new battery is installed, just reverse the process or rewatch the video and you'll be all set. So, have fun!